Hey, we're live. What's up? How y'all doing? What's going on? I'm Crescent. This is my co-host Antoine. Antoine, what's up? We miss you so much.
Hey, strangers.
I know, right? Right. So if you're watching, this is the Madness Collective. We pop in, we pop out. Sometimes you got to pop out and show Negroes. We're supposed to try and watch our language, maybe, kind of, sort of, a little bit.
Not that we don't give a fuck tonight. It don't shit. No,
right.
no.
Okay, good to know.
I'm looking, y'all. My setup is not what it normally is, so I'm on my couch, and I have to pull the live up on my TV set in my living room in order to see the comments. So you'll see me glancing over from time. Yeah, here it is.
It is what it is. So just as usually we, do our best to cover the headlines. Ooh. We will do that tonight. Wow.
It's a delay.
Okay.
No, also, it's not a delay on us right now. As I'm looking at it, it's a delay. It's kind of funny. But go ahead. Sorry.
No worries. Also, this is going to be kind of our last show in this setup for a minute. We're going to come back with like a different format. So I'm going to try and announce that a couple different times because y'all niggas act like they don't hear shit. So dude, I'm so tired of motherfuckers not the militia, not y'all. I'm actually talking about some other people in my real life who just don't read, and I'm tired. I need Negroes to read. Antoine, I need that. This is what I need in my life.
Yeah, everybody act like they don't have time to read.
No, they don't. What's up, Karen? Hey, Dominique.
There's a lot going
on. Yeah. So I don't have the comment in front of me, but I saw. I sent it. I took a screenshot of it and sent it to Antoine. It was like in all caps, "Bring Antoine back." I was like, y'all about to act like y'all about to start throwing tomatoes at me. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm sorry. I am sorry. I was not keeping him hidden. Here he is.
No, I started a new job. It's been a lot going on, and just we have to figure out basically what we're going to end up doing is when we come back from this next hiatus. This is about to be another hiatus. We will be in the same location. So the vibe is going to be different. We'll still be incorporating live comments, so y'all still be a part of it. But we have to take a different approach because what we're doing now, I mean, y'all like us, but clearly the rest of the world is having a problem tuning in. So we got to figure out something.
We need to figure out a better way to let the rest of the world know. It's a whole bunch of things, different things going on. But Antoine and I missed him. So here he is, y'all.
I missed y'all.
Stop yelling at me, okay? Please stop yelling at me. So tonight, John Amos has passed. We're going to try and have a little bit of a conversation about that because it's a little perplexing. Sean Combs is he's down bad, y'all. He down bad. Stop.
Wait, I mean, they now as 9-year-old boys. I'm like, I didn't know it was going in that fucking direction.
Frightening. Eric Adams also down bad. He just acting like it ain't there yet. Diddy can't get out of jail. Eric acting like he ain't going. Then the vice presidential debate happened last night. Tim Walz is such a good guy. JD Vance is such a really good liar. He's a very, very good liar. We'll talk about that. Jack Smith today dropped more information about the insurrection situation. And such that, and we'll talk about it, but he was like, okay, watch this. I know we're not going to court before the election, but I'm gonna dump a whole bunch of information on y'all motherfuckers before then. So we'll see what happens there. So yeah, those are the main topics. Jumping in, John Amos. Okay, so Antoine, all right, so I get on Twitter and I see John Amos like signature, like tribute thing. And I'm like, I thought he passed, but maybe I missed some shit. It's been a busy summer, busy early fall.
And I know why you were confused, but go ahead.
Right. So I posted, and then I don't know if Tony's in the chat yet. Tony was like, yeah, it's confusing because he died in August. I was like, that's what's going on.
Yeah. But remember, it was under questionable circumstances because the daughter, people didn't trust what the daughter was saying. And then there was this rush to get like the autopsy done, or it was done in a way that made it seem like somebody might have been trying to cover something up. And I believe there's an issue with the siblings. Another sibling doesn't get along with the daughter. So, yeah, but we never got any closure on that. It was like we were at the issue and no closure on it.
They said he died August 21st and he was cremated like 9 days after that, like a few days after that, and died of congestive heart failure. But yeah, one of the daughters said she didn't find out till I guess yesterday. Sorry, it's not funny. When the rest of us got the notification of fucking social media. Like what?
That's fucked up.
It is fucked up. You know what? Something else is fucked up. I was gonna try and actually have some decorum, but I don't give a fuck. Okay, bitch is tired tonight. So I saw this tweet, Antoine. The original.
Because I got to see it on the screen. Let's go take it. Okay, now.
I'm gonna describe it.
Good. What am I looking at?
That's Mr. Amos sitting in the chair looking very relaxed. There's a woman next to him, and this caption says, "Rest in peace to legend John Amos. Remember, I put this PUSSY on you so good this today you could barely move. Wait. And then the other caption, the quote says, "She over here, officer."
What the fuck?
Sorry, I had to. I'm sorry.
The picture is confusing. See, let me blow this up. Because the thing is, when I'm looking at the picture, he looks very young. Like he looks fit and young in the picture. That's what was throwing me off.
You get close up on his face, he looks aged. If you
he's in really good. I guess he's in really, really good shape because he's not overweight at all in this picture.
No, he's not. No. He's just, his face is very thin. Yeah. If you can see, I'm sorry, y'all, we can't do a little bit better with the graphics. We ain't got no goddamn production team, okay? It's just us.
Wait a minute. This reminds me of
I'm gonna take it down.
What was the rapper? Was it Rich Homie Quan that died recently? And like the Mistress came out, and people were like, "That was messy as fuck." That's what this feels like. I guess she said the nigga is ashes now, so I'm gonna speak my truth.
Antoine, Ben Ashes. What you talking about? We in October. Ben Ashes. Literally have been ashes.
It also reminds me of remember, my favorite movie is The Color Purple. And when because remember how fucked up it was, Celie thought Mr. was her father and found that it wasn't, and then
she thought she had a baby by her daddy.
Yeah, it was all fucked up. That's what this is. This is giving a little bit of that, like.
Really?
Yeah.
It's just that she was like, look, we was down in whatever Caribbean island. She said she put it on him.
Hey, and again, look. There's a huge age discrepancy there, but that nigga was fit. He had me fooled in that picture, so. And you know, it's like, you know it.
Do I?
you know what? I'm gonna say this. He was. This is fucked up. He was very fuckable looking on the show. He was a working man. He was very.
Oh, I'll give you that. Even with that fucked up ass hairline, I'll give you that.
Look, you know what?
I'll give you that.
Yes, I'm gonna leave it at that. Over here, look, over here lusting after James Evans. This is fucked up. It ain't right.
So, rest in peace to this man. He wants to go.
Sound like he was having a good time till the end. That's what it
sound like he was living his best motherfucking life.
Yeah.
Do you? That's how. Look, yes. Do you? Let me leave it at
you. In your 80s, you are world renowned. You respected because we all love this man, and you getting young of age because Puffy is being discussed in this episode. We want to make sure she clearly is of age. You probably in your 80s and you getting young pussy in the Caribbean. I'm sorry, you living your best goddamn life.
Ooh, facts. Well, the fact that somebody was like, officer, she over here. Oh man. All right. So Puffy. So as we know, Puffy has been denied bail twice. He is currently incarcerated in the Brooklyn Detention Center, which is under investigation for inhumane conditions. Stop it, Antoine. So what came out today is there's a Texas-based lawyer who now there's like another 120 additional abuse charge. Sexual
and counting, because he done put out feelers. He's like, if the nigga looked at you wrong, call our law officers.
If that nigga breathed on you, like anywhere, yeah. So really, I mean, look, everything we hear just continues to be gross, depraved, horrible. It gets worse, and you're like, can it? Apparently, it can, because about 25 of the current 120 were minors, allegedly, when the abuse transpired. And as Antoine noted at the top, sounds like one of them was 9.
A 9-year-old boy.
Yeah.
A 9-year-old boy. I need clarification. Like, does that mean, did you do something? Because I get this sounds terrible, but it's like, did you do something inappropriate in front of the 9-year-old, or were you engaging in acts with the 9-year-old? Both of them are trash, but those are two different things. I need clarification on, so I can know how much to hate you. I need to know. So
we also talk about, and I'm not gonna say the name, but somebody keeps sending me and my girl all these goddamn tweets with links about he did this, he did that. Y'all, don't nobody need to embellish on the shit Puffy did. It is all terrible. Okay, look, Jaguar right, half wrong. Like, don't nobody need to put no extra shit on this. All right, y'all trying to throw everybody and their mama under the bus. I'm not saying it's probably not some cats who, because allegedly Puffy talking about he can't wait to get on the stand. Now I'm getting Nino Brown vibes.
Well, apparently, now this is just what I've been hearing, because the streets, So, and it's been so much, like, the conspiracy theories, and like you said, people are getting dragged into, because Beyonce and Jay are just getting dragged. Right. And the thing about it is, people need to understand, just because you were at a Puffy party does not mean you were engaging in the fuckery that was going on behind the scenes. So I think that was completely separate. And those who wanted to participate, who were in the know, I guess they knew to go in the champagne room and do whatever they needed to do. But in general, it just like, it always looked like it was niggas having a good time.
That's why I have friends I went to school with who went to like 40-year-old his birthday parties, right? Like you go to his white party in the Hamptons. Anybody who could, if you could get a ticket and invite to that shit, you went. So now that doesn't mean, you was in the closet with the crazy happening afterward.
Right.
With you, real talk, I do think that was like a select group, right? Like I do.
I agree.
Invite only, stick around, like you know what's about to go down. And I'm not even saying like that shit was gonna happen after like one of the regular parties at his house, right? Like that's some other situation. So the fact that they keep throwing up people like, see, he was hanging out with him. Nigga, everybody's hanging out with Puffy back in the day. Like, are you serious right now? Like, stop it.
Jay-Z and Beyonce don't even, Jay don't even, and these niggas be talking about, I fuck all these bitches and A, B, C, and D. Jay has practiced some misogyny in his lyrics as a young man, but his movements were not like those of a 50 Cent, a Puffy. He didn't have, I mean, allegedly, we don't know, but whatever it is, whatever he was doing out in these streets, he was handling his business. So it wasn't a bunch of people coming out of the woodwork saying, you fathered my child and this, that, and the third. It seemed like they just handled their business differently. He just never seemed to be out there like that.
I will say, I feel like, again, we don't know Beyonce and Jay-Z, okay?
We don't.
But so to your point, Antoine, I do feel like Jay always moved a lot more strategically, a lot more carefully, right? Like especially once he was like, oh, I'm gonna move this way. No, there's a way to do this. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying he ain't done some dirt, but I don't think it's the dirt that this gross ass motherfucker has been on.
You know what the difference is? I think like Jay and Puffy are both businessmen, right? Mm-hmm. But I feel like when you think about their personalities and how they handle their business, Jay is extremely money driven.
Oh yeah.
Puffy is money driven too, but he needs his ego to be stroked in a particular way. I don't get that from Jay-Z. Jay-Z needs to do all this shit but behind the scenes, and it's got to be my way and ABC, DEFG. I just don't see Jay-Z participating in the fuckery that we're reading about in these court documents. I don't know that that's the fact. I don't know that to be fact, but just going on what I know of him, what he's presented, the way he's presented himself up to this point, it just wouldn't make sense to me that he was participating in that type of shit.
Karen, I want to highlight Karen's comment. She said, now they're saying there were drugs in the lube. That's why they seized it. I read that too. And the very first time I saw it, I was like, I don't know. But then I saw it a couple different places that seemed a little bit more reliable, so that it wasn't actually baby oil in the, it was a drug that is a liquid.
It was liquid G. It was probably, we used to do that in the club. What do they call it? Why am I drawing a blank? I don't do drugs anymore. It's the same. What's the date rape drug called? Date rape drug.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I'm drawing. I don't know, whatever. Fuck.
That's gonna bother me.
Yeah. Okay. So
because it's clear, and you, damn.
That's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Colin said, who has more lawsuits, asbestos, mesothelioma, or Diddy? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Jason said, if you hear nickel slick, Canicula whisper, take that, you may be due monetary compensation. I can't with y'all.
That Caligula movie is crazy. GHB. It's GHB.
Okay, yeah, that's what Jason dropped in the chat. Yeah, and they said J-Lo catching it too. She having a year. Ain't nobody think about J-Lo. She be
well, J-Lo is relevant because again, the streets. Basically, what the streets are saying is that he has everybody on tape. Because remember, aren't there a bunch of videotapes allegedly that were seen?
Oh, absolutely, a lot.
They're trying to say that J-Lo is on some of the tapes and all these other people are on the tapes. That's not impossible but if they are on tape, if people are on tape, and he recorded them without them knowing, that's a whole other can of worms for him legally. That's really, that's serious. If he's done it a number of times, every count, then send your ass to jail for so many years because it's like you were recording porn against somebody's will. It's almost like a revenge porn type thing. So, yeah.
No, it's So we talked about this last week, but the week before when Chavez was on, and because my thing was like, why didn't he leave when he had the chance? And clearly, I don't know what your legal team was telling you, but you thought that you was gonna beat this. You thought at minimum you thought you was gonna get bail, right?
Right.
And when I say leave, when you had the chance to leave, either right after your shit got raided, I don't know what they're saying.
Porter Russell. Russell Simmons.
Yes. Yeah, look, I was looking up countries that we don't have extradition with. Morocco is one of them.
Hey, look, that's where his artist, Frenchman Montana, is from, I believe. I believe he's Moroccan. So maybe you and French could have sailed off into the sunset in Morocco. It's beautiful there. It's beautiful.
Okay. So,
and it's in Africa too. I'm part Moroccan. No, 1%.
You in the system now, B. So good luck. Oh, this wasn't on there, but I saw the headline as we were coming in. So, allegedly this goddamn Kim Porter book that was floating on Amazon has been sold mad copies. Not real. It's not motherfucking real.
Not real.
And so Amazon has finally pulled it. So it's no longer there. Right, exactly. And dude, so this whole people believing whatever the fuck they hear, which is why we're in a situation right now with this goddamn election. I'm in Uber. Man is lovely driver. Nice, real chill dude. We start talking about the Puffy stuff and he goes, yeah, that book is wild. I was like, it's not real. She didn't write that book. He's like, I mean, I don't know the details. And I'm like, she didn't write it. It's not.
That's why the details are so salacious, because it was written by somebody after the fact to make it look extra salacious. Again, when they talked about the nigga dying from pneumonia, that's when I knew the book was fake, because Kim died from pneumonia and they were trying to connect the two. And no, that did not happen. It's salacious. Somebody did a money grab. I saw a psychic talking about it. She was this psychic had predicted a bunch of the stuff that was in the book, which I don't want to say she was in on it, but yeah, that book is not real. That book is not real.
Jason said Morocco is not accepting and protecting no dirty diggers. Did you change that? No dirty diggers from America. So another headline, just because we on the Diddy conversation and we're gonna move. This headline is about Denzel being at a party and leaving and being mad, like yelling at Diddy, "You have no respect for anyone." So allegedly him and, the wife, him and Paulette was there. And it was probably one of his regular parties, not, like a wild party. But they were there and it had gotten late. And it looks, allegedly they saw something and stormed out. So like Denzel was like, nigga.
Well, no. Denzel gives off similar energy as Jay-Z, meaning as soon as they see some shit that could jeopardize the money that they got in the fucking bank or their reputation, they out of that bitch. So yeah, I feel like he would have reacted the same way that Jay would have. So yeah.
Yeah. Like, nigga, what you doing?
Real quick. Sure. I don't watch a lot of TV, but I have finally, y'all know we got a lot of friends in the industry and it takes me forever to consume their content. But friend of the show, Nefertari Spencer, is currently on Reasonable Doubt.
Woo-woo.
Y'all need to watch this fucking show. And what triggered me here was the main character's mother on the show is Denzel's wife.
Oh, Paulette. Oh, okay.
Paulette plays the mom on the show. The show is really the reason I love the show is, and I'm gonna tell y'all, the first episode and a half, they finding themselves. That's why it took me so long to get into it. But by episode 3 or 4, can I tell y'all, they let niggas talk like real niggas on this show. They don't censor the language. So the main character and her husband are having an issue with their teenage son. And at one point, she keeps bumping heads with the son. And he locked his bedroom door. She goes in the kitchen, gets tools, and takes the knob off the door. And she says, "Cause I ain't finna raise no fuckboy." And I was outdone. And they let them use the N-word on the show. So she'll be like, she'll say, "This little nigga right here." I mean, it's not done in a way.
That was the appeal about Insecure. It was very authentically Black, right? Like this is how we talk. This is how we live. We not censoring it, cleaning this up, sanitizing this shit for nobody else's community. You don't want to fuck with it, right? Like this is us. This is how we live. We don't sterilize nonsense forever. Anyway.
Yeah, it's a good show. So if y'all get a chance, check it out. It's in season 2. I think it has about 3 episodes left for season 2. Morris Chestnut's fine ass is on this season, and they gave us some treats. So yeah, check it out.
One more quote from comedian Brandon T. Jackson. He said that Denzel always advised him to leave parties before the devil got there. So just wants to put that out there.
Denzel, when Will Smith was in 6 Degrees of Separation, he plays a con artist who is purporting to be related, I believe, to Harry Belafonte. I think it's Harry Belafonte. I could be wrong, because remember that's what Scary Spice's ex-husband did. But at any rate, there's a scene in the movie where he has to kiss a man, and Will Smith, he was nervous about filming the scene, so he talked to Denzel, and you know what Denzel told him? He said, "Nigga, don't be in no fucking movie kissing no man." So when you watch the movie, Will goes in for the kiss, then it goes off screen. Like, I think they got doubles to do it, and then it comes back. So, yeah. So, and I'm paraphrasing. Denzel probably didn't swear as much as I just did, but he basically said, "Don't be kissing no man."
Look, choose your projects like with care. Choose your projects with care is what Denzel said. Hey, everything ain't for everybody. Okay, so
yeah.
So Eric Adams, another New York motherfucker, about to be down bad. So there was an image. So a year ago, really approximately like a year ago, September, Eric Adams was giving Diddy the key to the city, and there's that picture of the two of them together. And like year later, so Roy Wood Jones Jr. The tweet I'm paraphrasing, he said, make sure you hug your loved ones and tell them that you love them, because you never know who might be indicted. You never know who might be indicted. Your house get raided.
What's so egregious about what happened with Puffy is it's one of those methinks he doth protest too much situations, because this nigga tried everything in his power to rebrand himself as a fucking monk, basically.
You talking about Diddy?
Yeah. And it's like, you did all this dirt. You go change your name to Brother Love. Now it's just Love. And this fucking video is floating around where you beating the shit out of Cassie. A tiny little thing. That don't make it.
No,
that's all bad. Insane, but she is so fucking tiny.
It's all
and bad. For you to be kicking her in the fucking head, like, it's like, nigga, you never will we call you Brother Love. Never.
Ever. So back to Eric Adams. This motherfucker was doing all the things with Turkey. SNL Weekend Update actually had a really good clip of him. So right now I'm going to get all the charges together, basically corruption and fraud charges. He was taking money, bribes, like, all the good shit. Like, it's so wild because cats are like, I mean, can y'all at least just make economy better so the motherfuckers aren't going to be like inclined to do fraud so they can be bumped up to first class? Like, it's just wild. But broadly speaking, he was getting money from Turkey. And this partly, some of it helped fund his mayoral campaign. Mm-hmm. And some of the monies that he received, I think the way it works is you get public monies from the city that match the matching funds. So you're getting money from the city or, government money based upon money you shouldn't have fucking had in the first motherfucking place.
Right.
So that they have a phone that they can't get into because he changed the password right before he gave it to them and says he forgot it. So I'm like, how are y'all? Can I get it to my nephew? Like, are you serious? Y'all can't get into this motherfucking phone?
Oh, no. If it's an iPhone, they're not getting in it. Apple won't. There was a case, the government tried to force Apple to break into a phone. Apple refused, and they eventually figured out how to do it. But this is the federal government using their resources to get into that phone. So I don't think they're going to get in this phone. Didn't he give us, we knew he was a fuckboy before, right? We knew this.
Giddy up for me. So when he was running for mayor, Maya Wiley is actually who should have won. I remember having this conversation, I'm not going to say argument, conversation with one of my people who's from New York. Because he was like, no, I like him. I was like, that nigga's a hustler. Sorry, that nigga's a nigga, right? And not in a good way. Yeah. Not in the way that you want to be the leader of fucking New York City.
He said a bunch of reckless shit, right? Like some shit. He said some shit on the record that is typically kitchen talk for black folks, right? He said something crazy. It was something that stood out, and I can't remember what it was he said. But when I heard him saying, I'm like, man, you can't speak that way when you not at the barbecue on a public fucking platform.
Regular talking about swags. I brought swag back to the city. Like, he out in the club hanging out and shit. Like, dude, like, he's terrible. But I will say this. Thank you. Actually, this is reminding me. You don't like my music. Hi. Says stop electing cops as mayors. I mean, my thing is, you are a former cop. So your criming is terrible. Like, so you really thought you was just gonna be out here like just getting away with shit, especially with text messages and all that stuff. Like, dude, they have you dead to rights. So you out here talking about I'm not resigning. If you don't go sit your ass down some fucking where.
Yeah.
Wildness. So
they
bring in more charges.
Who takes over if he goes to jail?
They showed the guy, I forgot what his position is, but they did show who that would be. And the governor can go ahead and be like, roll your ass up out of here. She's not doing that yet.
Okay.
But there is somebody who can step in. So
are they viable?
I think the city will continue to run fine. Right.
Okay.
I don't think that's somebody who can run on their own and win.
Okay, got you.
And allegedly they said Cuomo New York's so goddamn messy. Is it Cuomo that they said is like moving his way back in?
Oh my God.
Hold on. Go ahead.
Did y'all see Ray J on Chris Cuomo?
No.
Ray J was on Chris Cuomo and Chris was asking him about Puffy. And when I tell you this nigga had been through rigorous fucking media training, I was watching this interview like, who trained you? Because he was basically saying, in the industry, there's a lot, you see a lot, and we just all have to just wait and, just wait and see. We have to verify the information. And I'm sitting here like, nigga, I think you might be on some of them tapes. That's why you over here doing damage control. Ray J was talking like a 30-year-old white man from, I don't know, Connecticut. I'm like, nigga, you was on Love and Hip Hop. Hey, wait a minute. Ain't that Brandy's brother?
Oh my God.
When I know how to practice discernment, but I don't want to say evil thoughts, but when you watch the old cartoons, they had an angel on the shoulder and the devil on the other one. So the angel on my shoulder is fuckboy Antoine. Like sometimes I want to be a fuckboy. But when my imaginary fuckboy is talking to me, it talks in Ray J's voice.
But what are you? When you're saying
it's like, yeah, nigga, fuck them. You should go ahead and go. You should go fuck them niggas. Fuck them niggas. You better than them. Like it's in Ray J's voice, like that same voice when he was saying, "Ain't nobody get more money than the money team." That voice. I thought this is the angel side. That's the fuck boy side. No. The fuck boy is the devil side. Yeah. Okay, angel side. The angel side's voice is James Earl Jones. James Earl Jones and Morgan Freeman are the good side, and then Ray J is just in a league of his own. So the devil fuckboy, the devil fuckboy is Ray J. Yeah, nigga, you should buy that whole outfit, nigga. Fuck it, you can put the bills on hold. That is Ray J voice. It's Ray J.
Okay, so because it's a little bit more few folks watching. Heads up, because there's a bunch of people like Antoine's back. Hey, CJ, cats are happy to see you.
I'm happy to see y'all.
This is gonna be the last show in this kind of setup for a while. Okay, I'm not saying this before the year's out, but
again, when we come back, it's going to be better, and we will be in the same location. So
we'll be together in the same room taping.
Yeah.
So
the Madness Collective Studios. That's what we're gonna be at.
Yeah, that part. Moving on. So the vice presidential debate was last night. You know what's wild and what's sad is that shit was boring, but the way a debate's supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like it's like
because they actually discussed policy. I mean, that's what was.
Yes, right. And it's like, and not because you didn't have like Looney Tune orange Hitler dude up there. That's like they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Like you know what I mean?
Right.
However, here's the thing. And big takeaway, big picture takeaway is JD Vance appeared normal. He appeared reasonable, right? However, if you knew the issues, you would know that damn near every single fucking thing out of his mouth was a fucking lie.
It was all lies.
Let's lie on lie on lie on lie on lie. And
Trump fixed Obamacare. Just completely false. Just not true.
Wait. I never supported a national abortion ban. Motherfucker, we got audio. Nigga, we got audio.
Did you hear what he said? He said, what I said was, I proposed federal minimums. Nigga, that's a ban. He tried to reword everything to make himself sound like less of a fuckboy. Because when he's in regular interviews and he's not debating, he's sassy as fuck.
Yeah, quite sassy.
He's speaking directly to his constituency. And Tuesday, he tried to act like that's not what he does. And that's the takeaway from it for me was JD Vance is a better debater than Tim Walz.
Yeah,
but because when it comes to this, I don't believe it's a who won, who lost type thing. No. After watching that, I trust Tim Walz even more than I did beforehand. It's very clear the one person was up there and it was all performative.
Yeah.
What I saw from JD, can I call him Maybelline? What I saw from Maybelline was performative. I saw a complete 180 from what I had seen up to that point. And it was the same motherfucker I saw from day one. He didn't have to change anything up.
And
so he felt very honest to me.
Right. And I do think what people thankfully seem to have caught is, yes, he was a little bit nervous. That was clear, right? Because this is not his regular place, right? Like, he's not a debater. Yeah.
He admitted that.
Yeah. This asshole went to Yale, yes, this is his lane, but because he's been lying and changing, like, shedding his skin every fucking 6 months to become somebody new. Yeah, he is very good at this, right? So yeah, you present it as normal, but everything that's coming out of your mouth is a fucking lie. And so I think people did relate more to the authenticity of Tim. Again, thank God. And Tim got more comfortable as we little over halfway through, right? He kind of got his sea legs, and he even with the like Midwest, like, okay, what you just said is bullshit, right? In that very Midwest, he was like, that was a damning non-answer.
Yeah.
Like the January 6th shit, he was like, okay, so did he lose the election or what? Player. Also, wait, the reason why you here, not Mike Pence is why again? Hello, cricket. Like, right? Like, because they tried
he fired everybody in his administration. I mean, at one point, I didn't know who his press secretary was. He had to have gone through at least 12 press secretaries. Like, when that many people, when it's that much fucking in and out, like, no.
Right. It's a mess. But like, straight up though, you had to get a new VP because you tried to have the last one hanged. Right? Like, let's just stay high level with it. Fuck the rest of the administration, right? You had to get a new VP because you tried to have the last one hang. So I don't really think it's changing their mind too much from the VP debate. There was a college student. Oh, I forgot where, but his name was Marcus. He went viral because I think it was one of CNN reporters was asking him about the debate, and he did a high school civics lesson because what he addressed was, I don't know why y'all keep over here hollering at the VP like she's supposed to have done all this goddamn things in administration. That's not the role of the VP. Like, just broke it down in a way that honestly, Antoine, we take for granted our understanding of how government works.
Yeah.
And so that his very quick, right? I'm with CJ. She said Marcus 2032.
they just have every time, because it irritated me when JD was speaking of Kamala. He was speaking of her as if she's been president for the last fucking 4 years.
They keep doing that.
The vice president breaks ties in the fucking Senate, and they certify election results. That is their job. All this other shit they're ascribing her, you're a border czar, all this other shit. Ain't nobody ever said that shit. Y'all keep giving her these magical powers that she never has had, and it's convenient because think about it. Think of Mike Pence. Name a single fucking thing he did. The only thing Mike Pence did during his whole presidency that anybody remembers was certifying the motherfucking election results and avoiding being hung. That's about it.
That's it. That's it. Look, he as Tim Walz noted, that was the guardrail. He ain't there no more. If it's you, where's the guardrail? How do we stop this bullshit from happening again? So, and to your point, Antoine, about what comes from Trump and Vance, this whole like it's Kamala's fault for like the last 3.5 years of she wasn't the president. She's not the president. She's a VP.
No.
But that's that misinformation element of it that I will keep it 100. I'm still very paranoid about the election. I'm still very concerned.
Of course.
And the a level and amount of misinformation is out there, because even if you try and talk to one of these cats, like who's not like a legit cult MAGA crazy person, but seemingly rational, they're so deep in it still. They're like, if you come to them with legit facts, they're like, that's not real. That's not what you're saying. Is not real. And it's like, how do you combat that? So I'm still terrified.
Not a whole lot you could do. I was telling Crescent, so I've been working a lot. So when I was driving last night, because this is Wednesday, the debate was last night. I was driving last night, and I didn't want to wait until I got home to listen to the debate, so I had it playing while I was picking up passengers. So I picked up this Latina passenger, and she had recently she had served some time. She was getting her life together. It was a good conversation. But before we got into our conversation about what had been going on with her, she heard the debate. And JD said something, and then he said something celebratory about Trump. And she said, yeah, Trump did do that. Trump did do that. And a minute or so after she said that, she said, yeah, because Obama was trying to make a name for himself. I said, what do you mean? She said, Obamacare? Like, why would you call it Obamacare? And them Obama phones. I said, young lady, Obamacare is not what it's called. It's called the Affordable Care Act. Obamacare is a name that Republicans gave it to try and vilify that man. And I said, those Obama phones are called Obama phones because he recognized that a lot of Americans did not have the income to have communications, like a basic, you need to be able to communicate with people. What if an emergency happens? I said, so that's a nickname that was given to them. They are not called Obama phones. And she was like, oh my God, I stand corrected. And I was standing there like, this is what the fucking problem is.
So to answer my point, this is what y'all need to do, okay? Because I don't know, we might not be back before the election. I'm sorry. Maybe not. So in your circle, if you know somebody, I know it might be painful, just try and have a conversation with them. Try and correct some of the fuck shit that's out there. Maybe just 1 or 2 points. You ain't got to go for the whole poodle because it's a whole lot, but just some key things that you think that might be relevant to them. Like, look, Project 2025. Hey, a motherfucker on food stamps, them shits might go away. Section 8 housing. Look, I mean, I'm just saying, whatever you might be relevant to somebody in your orbit. Healthcare. Look, the Obama. I don't know what it is. Okay. Abortion. Honestly, more niggas need to be, look, you would want to have that accessible. I'm just saying, a lot of y'all up in jail and don't have no driver's license because it's goddamn child support. Look,
a lot of y'all be listening. A lot of y'all fuck boy, Ray J Devil be on my shoulder, but I don't, I hear the nigga and I let it go on one ear out the other. A lot of you niggas engage with your inner fuck boy and you end up with babies all over the place. So you want to have options.
Oh, thank you. Colin mentioned, thank you. Project 2025 again. Hurricane A. Fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
Fuck around, let that fool back in the White House. That one of the things is getting rid of the service that tells you when there's a goddamn hurricane coming, right?
Yeah.
This memory hole, people forgot when Trump was in office and it was a Democratic state run by a Democratic governor. He was like, I'm not giving y'all any funds. So you say you apologize to me. Y'all remember that shit? Look,
yeah,
it's wild. So there's a Daily Beast article that checking time because I didn't want to read this whole thing, but they brought up a really good point. I just thought it was a great list of things to remember about Trump. So the title of it though is the people who the real losers of the debate was anybody who was actually watching it, right? And their point was not that it was just boring, which it was. There was like it obscured more about the core issues in the campaign than it revealed. So after watching the debate for almost 2 hours, a viewer would never have known that Trump was a convicted felon, that he was judged liable for rape, that he had been charged with stealing national secrets. You would not have a clue that he said he would suspend the Constitution on the first day, that he and his running mate are in fact racist and misogynist, that his policy proposal is a roundup of 10 to 20 million migrants, right? You wouldn't know that he said he would throw his rivals in prison. You wouldn't know that he's talking about doing the fucking purge. This nigga nigga said he wants to do the purge thing, right? You wouldn't know that he wants to pull the U.S. out of NATO, right? You wouldn't know that he would hand Ukraine over to fucking Putin and then look for World War III to be right around the corner, right? Like, you wouldn't know that he's a serial sex abuser or that his first wife said that he raped her, right?
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't know that he keeps a book of Hitler speeches by his bedside. You wouldn't know any of these things, that he handcrafted the Supreme Court and then they gave him all this fucked up ass immunity shit, which Jack Smith was like, that's cool, I got something for you, right? Like, there's all these elements of him that this is a good summation in like 2 paragraphs of all the fuck shit that Trump is. So, hey, just talk to your people.
I will say this. I am gonna say, and I'm just keeping it 100. I was disappointed, and I'm gonna tell you why. I really felt like me seeing what I had seen of JD Vance up until this point and Tim Walz could have won that debate with flying colors. Even when they got him tied up with the Tiananmen Square thing, I'm like, y'all didn't prep him for that. The right answer to that was, let me clear the air. I'm almost 60 years old and I got my dates mixed up. Now, absolutely. I am willing to admit that I faltered there. How many times has Donald Trump apologized for lying to the American people? There were so many opportunities to read both of them niggas for filth, and I felt like Tim was not in pit bull mode. When they started saying, I agree, I was like, Tim, stop it. But because JD was baiting him with that shit. He was pulling him in. I agree with you. Tim would say, I agree with you. And then JD would read him for filth. I didn't like it. I feel like, I
don't actually feel like JD was reading him for filth. Like, I think he
was not reading him for filth, but attack.
But I don't even necessarily think that because I talked about this with one of my friends before we started, like literally a couple hours ago, and there might have been something about over prepping Tim, right? Like not letting him sort of kind of himself. There's something possibly to that, but at the same time, the role of the VP is to do no harm, right? So you didn't. I don't like, you didn't do any harm, right? And JD,
no, he definitely didn't hurt the campaign. I just thought there were some missed opportunities there, particularly after you just read that list. It reminded me, in hindsight, thinking of what was said and what could have the retaliations that could have been thrown. I just think there were some missed opportunities. But to your point, part of Tim's appeal is that he doesn't engage in that type of tomfoolery. So, I mean, you're right.
When he's done the rallies, he definitely gets a little bit more riled up, right? There's a little more, and that's cool. Like in that environment, I do think, given that JD was coming across as so very reasonable and so very pleasant, right? It's almost like, you know what? I'm gonna match this energy, because if I now come across as like bully or like the whatever, which I don't feel like Tim would have ever come across as a bully, but he was a coach, so there's probably another level to him. I mean, look, motherfuckers from the Midwest, we got layers, okay? So I just think it was like, okay, this how we doing this? Cool beans, right? Like, oh no, I agree with you here, I agree with you there. But this is also how somebody pointed out, this is how he won, like being the Democrat governor of a place of a state where there was a lot of Republican contenders, right? Like his approachability, his accessibility. So it was sort of like, honestly, to me, it was a wash. If you're out here talking about, I needed to see that to make a decision, you full of shit. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
Come on.
And it may have been, just like you said, do no harm. It may have been a thing where they were like, nigga, just go out there and don't make it worse. As long as you don't make it worse and tread water, you could get a jab or two in, but I can see that being the strategy. Don't rock the boat too much, because if you rock it too much, people are going to focus on that. So I get it.
I mean, look, I agree with you, Colin. The SNL episode might be interesting. The cold open from last weekend was funny. I do feel like they did Biden a little wrong. I love Dana Carvey, but you know how to do my man.
It was. And then, so sorry to this man. He's hilarious, but I always forget the Asian guy's name that's been on there for 1 million years now.
Bowen Chang.
Yeah, Bowen Chang. He's fucking hilarious, but I was like, nigga, where's your eyeliner at? I couldn't believe they didn't have him put on eyeliner when he played JD Vance.
I feel like his whole face was like, just like,
they needed to do more. Like, I literally would have had him with a smoky eye. Like, that shit would have been hilarious.
That would have been.
Look, everything.
Wait, Antoine, a smoky eye and him rolling off of the sofa, right? Like I would have. Thank you. Hello, hey SNL, come through, hire us on a consulting basis. All right, we ain't even got to be full time.
Or remember what Justin did, Dick in the Box?
Yes.
Have him come out with a fucking cushion permanently attached to his crotch. I mean, it's just so much that could have.
There's so much. What's funny is
much.
Colin Jost was like, when he was like, I kept getting hit up over the summer. Cats are like, aren't you concerned? Like with all the news you're missing? He's like, I have a feeling there'll be more. There'll be more. So, okay. So speaking of Trump, Jack Smith dropped his 100-something page, 65 pages. I don't know, fucking know. Yeah, 165-page filing. Because clearly there's not going to be any type of trial about this insurrection shit before the election. That's cool. So Jack Smith said, how about this? I'm going to go ahead and like drop all the information, right? All the evidence, our whole motherfucking plan of action against this asshole, because he did this, right? So they got communications. They got him talking about let them, like staffers talking about let them riot. He's like, looks like Detroit, like, you know, this last batch of fucking votes aren't gonna go our way. He's like, make them go our way. Like, there is all this information.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of you motherfuckers don't like to read. A lot of you motherfuckers don't like to believe the facts. So, you know, I don't know. We'll see how this shakes out, but I'm glad it's out there. Jack was like, that's cool. I'm gonna just make sure I drop it. Because remember what happened when Comey dropped his bullshit in 2016 or 2016. And look what the fuck happened. So who knows? Maybe this was the October surprise.
I mean, I think I keep forgetting about the fact that I don't know why this has not occurred to me. I haven't thought about it. Maybe it's because I haven't been doing the show, but he's fucked if he doesn't win, correct?
Yeah, correct.
He's in a Netanyahu situation, like, fuck.
Yes.
And I feel like maybe that's what Jack is like. In the event that this motherfucker doesn't win, I want there to be piles and piles. Like tied up in litigation like R. Kelly, nigga. Like when you finish that term, you gotta serve another term because some shit you did in Florida, some shit you did in Illinois. So yeah, I think that's not a bad strategy because he could lose.
And the key part is to work around the fuck shit that came to the Supreme Court talking about, oh yeah, president's immune for official acts, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So Jack Smith is like, all right, motherfuckers, I'm gonna see your official acts. And so let's talk about what's not an official act. Him trying to collude with his motherfucking VP. Those are candidates, right? Like that's like campaigning conversations. That's not an official act. The president has no say in how to run the election. You don't have a say in that. That is not in the Constitution, my dude. That's not an official act. So literally, Jack is like, let's talk about what's official and what's not official. And so I'm gonna give you all the fuck shit that's not official, that actually is illegal, and that's what we get to charge him on. What's up, right? So yeah. We'll see what happens, but I'm just happy it's out there. And clearly that's deliberate. Like he was, and somebody like on MSNBC, they were like, it almost reads like a novel. Jack was like, I know you motherfuckers is dumb, so let me just make this really user-friendly for you assholes. And just go ahead, sit back, kick back, sip some fucking tequila, and just get your read on.
In the event that he does lose, I need niggas to create a Juneteenth level holiday celebration.
Oh, I'm with that.
And I mean, what do we do? Do we put on orange jumpsuits with blind wigs, that poorly constructed blind wigs? I don't know, but we got to do something. And in the event that he loses, that is like, I mean, that could be a nice bookend to MLK Day. Like, I mean, something. It's that fucking serious.
I'm with you, B. Like,
yeah.
This
have to let that marinate.
Yeah, I like that. Let's do it. Okay, so wait, what did I have? Oh, you know what? This port strike. I didn't have it on the on the show flow, but the people who, you know, maintain the ports are on strike on the East Coast and on the Gulf. And right now the West Coast is not. But, you know, depending on how long this goes, that shit could get ugly. Just as a heads up. So I'm hoping we come to some type of consensus, some type of agreement soon. I'm not mad at them wanting more money. I do think these corporate overlords they came up during the pandemic and have only continued getting more money since then. There is a little bit concerned that the head of it, though, seems to be the International Longshoremen's Association. The guy who's the head of it seems to be good friends with Trump. So that's a little concerning. That is
very concerning.
Right. The timing. So just
have we even rebounded from the shit that was happening with which canal was it? It was either the Suez or the Panama Canal. Remember that shit where
no, we're back in the grace. I think about it, like gas prices have come down, like this price gouging shit they realized, and that wasn't anything to do with the federal government, but like, you know, things were actually starting to settle and look promising. So this happening now, and then obviously we got the hurricane shit. We got the shit we got the shit popping off in the Middle East.
It is pretty wild out in these streets right now. I mean, and you know, Americans lose their fucking minds when they don't have access. Because I think Angie ordered a couch at the beginning of the pandemic, and she didn't get a couch till she had got in her other house. I was like, she didn't get a couch for a year. Her couch was on a fucking boat for a year. So yeah, I mean, that's gonna be a problem. Especially because I think Long Beach, I think, is the largest. More shit comes through the port of Long Beach than any other port in the United States, if I'm not mistaken. So,
which right now, so then we should, you know, be thanking our lucky stars that one is still open. But here's the information I'm looking for. So, like as of Tuesday, Eastern Gulf Coast ports have shut down. So 45,000 union workers have walked off the job. And they're saying, right. What's more, the strike is projected to not only cost the economy up to $5 billion a day, but could be, you know, devastating to small and medium-sized businesses. So, and what they're thinking about is, here's what consumers should know about the strike that could potentially affect you. Honestly, toys and getting ready for Christmas. I mean, that's not going to affect me, but, you know, hey, there's families out there.
Yeah.
So seafood, electronics, pharmaceuticals, cars and auto parts, machinery parts, nigga, alcohol. Let me get my.
Yeah, I'm concerned. I'm concerned now.
Bananas. So, holiday shopping could possibly be affected. So, I don't know. I mean, I think the workers should, if they need more pay, fuck that. Because like I said, these CEOs and motherfuckers is doing very well. So spread the wealth. There's also issues with AI and automation. So
you don't hear too much. You know, you don't. I mean, I don't know this because I don't follow it, because I had some friends in the past that were longshoremen. But I remember in the past we used to talk about it when somebody would get fucking hired as a longshoreman. We celebrated because they made good fucking money. So I don't know how they pay them on the East Coast, but over here you don't hear too many longshoremen complaining about their pay. So I don't know the logistics of that. You know, a lot of times, you know, what ends up happening is you find out what some of the higher ups are making, and even though you making good money, it's like you niggas making way too much for us to be making what we considering good money. So it's all relative. So you know, don't stop till you change their mind.
Oh, I didn't. What was I doing? Where am I at? Okay, yeah. The last headline we had was Uncle Nearest Founder Fawn Weaver, who I adore. So you know, Beyonce got her Sir Davis out. LeBron has put his stamp on some, I think, like a limited line. And so cats were saying that like Fawn was that. Is she concerned that, you know, these celebrities are coming out with, you know, their own lines? Liquor. She's like, get your paper. I'm like, Fawn Weaver not a hater.
There's room for it, particularly when you're talking about this demographic. It's so small. There's room for 100. So, and y'all not selling the same thing. When Beyonce is selling a lifestyle, nigga. Uncle Nearest, I think the marketing from Uncle Nearest is different from what Beyonce is trying to put out there. I'm not really familiar with what LeBron is doing, but I saw some clips of the Beyonce promotional video. They were gorgeous.
Yeah, she looks amazing.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. I think just keeping it real. I think Sir Davis is like $80 a bottle. Is it like 80?
Somewhere around there. Yeah,
so I don't know what I'm.
That shit was sold out. Okay, already.
Yeah. So, but I will say this. I don't know this. My guess is that this sounds shady, but I think particularly when it's celebrities and their fans being so rabid, sometimes things sell out because they're in, you make the quantity smaller so it sells out. I'm not saying it wouldn't have sold out because it is Beyonce. People buy shit because when Beyonce puts it out. I was shocked she did alcohol though, because I think the thing is, if you're an entrepreneur, you invest in anything, right? Anything you like.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't associate her with alcohol. Obviously, I associate it with Jay-Z. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with this.
What's been interesting is cats keep asking for visuals. And Beyonce's like, motherfucker, I'm pushing products. Like, fuck y'all on these goddamn visuals, okay? Like,
look. She will give you a visual when she's trying to sell your ass something. She'll put on that dress. Kelly, we selling something, bitch. Get over here.
Antoine, I'm gonna talk about a visual once I stop talking about Sir Davis, but she's like, I'm working smarter, not harder. But let's talk about a visual. That goddamn Levi's ad. I was like, bitch, I'm not even attracted to women like that. And I was like, oh, okay, girl.
Yeah.
So as soon as I heard that track, as soon as the Cowboy Carter dropped and I heard that track, I was like, oh, these Levi sales about to skyrocket. And sure,
that's the one. That's the one where Post Malone is on that song with her, right? Yeah.
Yeah. He's not on the But I want to read Fawn's her I think this is from IG. She said, to my hashtag village who have expressed concern over the past weeks about what you perceive as some of the big spirit conglomerates trying to slow the growth of Uncle Nearest. Fear not, as I'm certainly not. They haven't been able to, and they will never be able to because of you. And they will soon learn what you already know. We're not playing checkers. We're not playing chess. We are playing Go. Expanding territory for every future generation. Fawn does not play. I love her. I've seen her speak like a couple of times. It's like she's like the best. So yeah, she's like, no, this is for all of us. Let's just get this paper.
That's on my bucket list for 2025. I'm sure I've said it on the show before, but it's been a rough couple of years. But 2025 comes around, I'm gonna start making a lot more of a conscious effort to try and buy Black products because it's a lot of good ones out there that fall within the confines of things that I typically, dip my toe into. So yeah, I'm gonna start big because I think in the past, this is fucked up. In the past, a lot of times we would have to compromise because when niggas would put something out, it would be inferior because they wouldn't have access to the same resources that their white counterparts had access to. That's not the case anymore. Niggas are putting out quality products. So
no, we are. We absolutely are. Or I don't want to say that was inferior, just slightly wasn't coming the same way as some other shit was coming. But it is a different era. So we are at the hour mark. We're actually a little bit over, but because it's about to be our last show for a little bit, at least as far as this format is concerned. Again, I'm not promising you niggas. I don't know when we coming back, so don't fucking text me. Some shit pop off. Now, some shit pop off, and I hit up Antoine. I'm like, you want to try and do a pop-up show? Maybe, okay, but no promises. Motherfuckers got bills to pay and shit. So
yeah, I literally have to I have to adjust my work schedule because I work when the show normally would air. So we gonna get it together though. Y'all gonna be very happy with what we bring to you when we come back. It ain't gonna be more of the same. It's gonna be better.
I am deeply appreciative though of y'all looking for us and checking for us, and
of course
harassed me about where's Antoine. Here he is. So I say hi to him.
And I'm sorry, y'all. Life just been life, and it was a lot of good stuff happened, some bad stuff happened, but I'm good. I'm good. I'm good right now. And I'm sorry. I normally engage with the comments more, but I'm on my phone right now. So, and I have to look across the room to see the comments. So when the show is over tonight, I'm gonna go back and read the comments.
It is all good. But this is again a testament to how much we do love you guys. Hey, Militia, because you know, I could have also not done a show tonight because I'm tired. Long ass day, long ass week. But we do miss you guys. The topics obviously still they're gonna be headlines gonna keep on coming. And yeah, we do miss the engagement. Just trying to what the fuck are you doing? Sorry, Coco's over there.
Because a lot of you know, I think a lot of y'all like our, you know, I don't want to say day ones. When I say day ones now, when I say day one, I think it's more in reference to people who started watching us during the pandemic than people who watch us from all the way. Because there are some in here that watch us, like Dion and Crystal. But a lot of y'all started watching during the pandemic. We had a golden age probably almost 10 years ago where me, Crescent, and Tina were always in the same location. And we had a multi-camera show before everybody else did. Yeah, and man, we're trying to get back to that type of format because everybody is zooming in and doing shows. And when you think of like the Joe Budden podcast or like Drink Champs, the energy is different when the people are in the same room together. So we go try and recapture some of that magic.
So I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to share. Coco, stop. Coco is like, get off already. Why is she yelling at me? Why is everybody yelling at me today, Antoine? I ain't got time for this.
No, nigga, stop doing shit that's yellable. I don't know.
Anyway, you know,
the hair is laid, by the way, too. The face is beat and the hair is laid, young lady.
Thank you. I better be to get this shit done today. Oh, I know what I want to share. I was at a Harvard Black Alumni Weekend event over the last weekend.
But
the main reason why I wanted to share it is because Claudine Gay spoke, and I think this was her first public remark since all that shit went down. Mm-hmm. And we gave her 2 standing ovations before she even started talking.
Yeah.
You know, her remarks obviously were very heartfelt. Like, I think she felt the love in the room. Mm-hmm. And so it was just good to just be in that space and like kind of show support for her.
She deserves it.
And then she was on the dance floor. I'm not talking out of turn. She was comfortable, and it was just great to see. Right? Like, it just, I mean, given the bullshit, the complete and utter fuck shit that she's had to deal with. And
that bitch yelling at her. It was a congressional hearing, right? Yelling at her.
That. And then these assholes from Harvard, these white people, Bill Ackerman. Yeah, I'm glad your ass wasn't nowhere near this fucking event. I mean, not that you would have been, but just out here being fucking assholes. So it was just great to just see her, you know, get her accolades from us and then just feel love. Yeah. So, and it was also just a great weekend. We kind of joked because we had a luncheon and there was all these black people like in this one space. It's like, oh, we look like HBCU for like, you know, an hour. Like, and I think this might be the largest gathering of Black alumni at like a predominantly white institution. I think at any point there was like 1,000 attendees there that weekend.
But yeah, I need y'all to keep the energy because y'all numbers are declining at the school itself because of, you know.
Yeah. And like, I mean, that would have been a topic we would have covered because some enrollment for some Asian cats went down as well. Sorry.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because you know the opposite is happening because when I do pickups at USC, I'm like, USC is a little Asian now. I mean,
but here's the thing, that's been the case since. I mean,
I'm saying it's even, and it's not. I'm not calling it an issue since they stopped trying to actively recruit niggas because of legal ramifications. Like the numbers, and I'm not saying I have an issue with it. All I'm saying is that's what it is now.
Well, at some schools though, it went down. I think Yale.
Okay.
I'm missing what it's. So it's been interesting how it's now shaken out. I did see that California just passed. They struck down legacy admissions.
Yeah, I did. I saw that too.
Why y'all want to be out here playing in these streets? So yeah, it's interesting. But no, we were there in force, and just as the way the alumni weekend works is any school you went to, law school, college, business school, medical school, if you got a degree from Harvard in whatever capacity, you could come back for the weekend. So yeah, it was great.
That's awesome.
Yay. Yeah, I just wanted to share.
That seemed like something you'd want to sneak into. Pretend I went to Harvard. Pretend I went to Harvard. Niggas would know immediately. They would know immediately I did not go to that school.
Actually, no, they would not. Like, you'd be surprised at some of the personalities that come through that bitch. Okay, you'd be like, look, here's the thing: smart as fuck, right? Smart, mad intelligent, ignorant as hell, mad intelligent. I mean, it's a balance. It's a balance.
Okay, I relate to that.
Yeah, and to be clear, if you get accepted, you belong there. Don't nobody roll up in my face talking crazy to me right now. Okay, I'm not in the mood. So, Teresa is quoting and laughing and saying I should stop doing things that's yellable. So, I'm not.
Yeah, I made that up.
I'm not.
Legendary commentary is back.
Yeah. So yeah, we miss Tina as well. Colin, we miss her too.
I actually, me and Tina texted each other a couple days ago.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I talked to her a little while ago. So, Antoine, any parting remarks? Because my dog is yelling at me.
No, I'm looking forward to seeing y'all when we come back. It's been, I agree, it's been way too long. It just a lot of shit went down over the past 6 to 9 months, but everything's looking good, moving ahead. So I can't wait for you guys to see what we have in store for you in our next incarnation.
Okay. Don't overpromise. We show up when we show up, okay?
I didn't get no dates. I just said in our next incarnation.
Nigga, if this camera come back on to us, we together, that's what you gonna get, okay? However it look, that's what you gonna get. Tired. So, but we do love you guys, and thank you for watching. Yeah, so just stay posted. We'll be back at some point. Oh, vote. Go vote, and tell your people to vote and talk to your people, please. It's 33 days, I think, to the election.
Girl, you know the problem with talking to niggas is it be the elders. It'd be hard to have that conversation. Like, auntie, you know that, what you mean that ain't true? I saw it. Bernadette told.
Not Bernadette. It's not just the elders. These youths out here wilding too. It ain't just the elders. So yeah, I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Just take a minute to try and holler at somebody in your orbit who you think got some wrong information, who out here talking crazy about. Just take a beat. Just try and do it. So, all right, we love you guys. Thank you so much for watching.
Toodles.
No, you got to do the whole thing.
Toodles to you niggas.
Thank you.